According to a new poll, a majority of Americans, including a large percentage of non-vaccinated Americans, actually are okay with vaccine mandates. This is remarkable. Here it is. According to a late July Morning Consult poll, 56% of adults said employers should probably or definitely require COVID-19 vaccinations for their employees and customers. Only 32% said they probably or definitely should not. That confidence extends to schools too. Last month, Gallup found that 60% of Americans supported mandatory vaccines for high school students and 56% supported them for middle school students, although among K through 12 parents, those numbers were notably lower, 47% and 43% respectively. And 28% of unvaccinated people actually support mandatory vaccines. So all this fear-mongering that we see, coming from the right mostly. There is still some coming from some folks who claim to be on the left. But it's all, for lack of a better term, nonsense. It's BS. We don't want mask mandates. Actually, look at the polls. People do. They're okay with it. They don't see it as a violation of their freedom. They see it as protecting other people. Hell, when you have 28% of people who aren't even vaccinated yet saying, yes, this thing should be mandatory, that tells you a lot here. And unfortunately, that is probably where we're headed. I say unfortunately because there are still people who are hugely against this. And I wish we honestly didn't have to get to the point where we had to mandate this thing. But too many people fell for the misinformation. Too many people fell for the lies, and so now here we are. It would have been great if we had every eligible and healthy enough person, because that's an important distinction to make, who was able to get the vaccine if they had gotten the vaccine, and we wouldn't even be talking about a Delta variant today, maybe. And about that distinction real quick, because I do want to point out, yes, there are plenty of people here in the United States who are physically incapable of getting that vaccine. Immunocompromised people, people allergic to some of the things in the vaccine, so they can't get it. And trust me, whenever I talk about things like this, I'm not saying you guys should have to get it at all. You cannot. It puts you in danger when you get the vaccine. So even if we ended up with any kind of vaccine mandates, I think they would definitely have to carve out that exception for those individuals. But if it's just somebody who says, no, I don't want to get it because I saw a video and a woman said it made her magnetic, okay, you know what? That's not a valid reason because that's not actually a thing that happened. And I'm sure we've all seen that video from Ohio where they were having the hearing and the woman came in and said, look, even my keys stick to me. And then the key didn't stick to her because she's not magnetic. And I think David actually pointed out on social media, has anybody even thought about maybe being magnetic isn't that bad? What really is the drawback to that? It was humorous, of course. But here's the thing, and this isn't so funny. We're at a point where most people in this country who are of eligible age, there's no longer the long lines. There's no longer the fight to get in to get the vaccine. They're open. You can go to most pharmacies here in the United States. If there is a line, you're going to wait a couple of minutes. And you can go and get this vaccine. It really is that simple for those who are eligible and are not in any kind of danger when receiving the vaccine. That's where we're at. And most Americans understand that. And I think that's why these poll numbers are the way that they are. Because people see, you know what, we could be getting this. Yes, COVID is getting worse, and I see that now. Not to mention, of course, all of the stories that we've seen of people who didn't get vaccinated, then died.
One of our sponsors is SteadyMD Primary Care, the easier and more affordable way to do primary care, and they're giving you 50% off because you are in my audience. You just answer a few questions. SteadyMD will match you with a licensed primary care physician that's tailored to your needs. You'll have a 1-hour virtual appointment and start a meaningful relationship with your new doctor. And from then on, your doctor will be available to you by text, phone, and video chat. It's not some random doctor on call. Your SteadyMD doctor has a limited number of patients. You get the attention you deserve, and they can help you with anything your primary care doc normally would. It's very cool how it works. You don't need insurance. It's just $99 a month. No other fees or copays for visits. Take the free quiz and see which doctor is a perfect fit for you. You'll get 50% off your first month when you go to steadymd.com/Pacman. No risk, no long-term commitment. The link is right underneath the video.